is Christy here, and we are in the kitchen today to do this week's craft. This week I thought it might be fun to try to make some homemade Play-Doh. Once we make it, you feel free to, you can always use it with some follow-up work. You can take it and roll out, long lines of it and do cursive with it. You can use it to do, figurines for maybe a report that you're writing. So once we make this, feel free to then use it as part of a follow-up for your work this week. Let me go through and tell you what you're going to need to make the Play-Doh at home. I've already pre-measured everything, but I will let you know. You're going to need some flour. You're going to need some salt. You will need some vegetable oil or canola oil, some type of oil that you might have at home, and then some food coloring if you want your Play-Doh to be colored. So, pretty easy. Let's go through these steps. Step one is you're going to take your 1 cup of flour. So in this bowl, I have 1 cup of flour. And in the bowl, you are going to then add salt to it. So this in here is 1/4 cup of salt plus 1/8 of a cup of salt. So if you have a 1/4 of a cup measuring at home, you're going to do 1/4 cup, and then you're going to do half of that and add the second to it. So it's 1/4 cup plus 1/8 cup of salt, and I'm going to add that to my flour. And then you're just going to give it a quick stir to mix it all together. Combine those ingredients. And then we're going to set this to the side as we mix our last 3 ingredients. So this is pretty easy. I've never made Play-Doh at home before, so this is going to be fun for my girls to try later this week. All right, so we have it all mixed together. We're just going to set it to the side. Now, if you have a glass measuring cup like this, it's easiest to do all of this in there. So I have 1/4 cup of warm water. And to that, I'm just gonna add food coloring. So whatever color you want your Play-Doh to be, you're gonna put a couple drops of that food coloring in there. You can do this recipe a couple times separately, and so you have different colors of Play-Doh. If you're making a whale or some type of figurine, you need different colors. Go ahead and repeat the recipe and just put different colors in it. So I'm gonna put a couple drops of food coloring in there. And then this is 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil or canola oil or some type of oil that you might have at home. You're gonna do 1 tablespoon, and you are going to put it in your water and food coloring mixture. And then just take a spoon and mix it together. So all of that's mixed in. All right, from here, what you're just gonna do is take your flour and your salt that we have in the bowl, take your food coloring and vegetable oil mixture that we just made with your water, and dump it into your flour mixture. Okay, set that to the side. And now you're just gonna take a spoon and you're gonna mix it together until it forms like a Play-Doh consistency. So it's gonna take a little bit to mix it. It's gonna kind of start to lump up, but keep mixing it until it's in like a ball of dough. All right, so at this point, friends, I've mixed it probably for about a minute, and it's gonna kind of look crumbly. If you can see, it's gonna look crumbly, so you're like, oh, it's not working. But from this point, put your spoon down. Get ready to get your hands dirty. I'm gonna take my rings off here. And then just kind of grab a handful of it, and you're gonna wanna press it together. And if it's a little bit crumbly too for you as you make it, you can always add a little bit more water. But I'm gonna grab a couple handfuls here, set this aside, and this makes quite a bit of dough. So what you're gonna wanna do is put it on your cutting board, and you're just gonna wanna knead it, kind of like you would if you were making dough for something you were gonna eat in the kitchen. And you can sprinkle flour on your cutting board too, or your counter too, and that might make it a little bit easier so it's not sticking to things. But you just keep kneading it like you would regular dough. that's about it. And then you have yourself a couple balls of Play-Doh. Like I said, I still got quite a bit left in my bowl, so I can go ahead and take some more balls and roll it out. This won't last a super long time. It's gonna dry out. So if you're gonna, want to make something for a project follow-up, you can always, try this craft that day, make your figurine or what you might want to play with, and then stick it in a baggie for a couple days, and that might be all you get out of it. But if you don't have Play-Doh at home, or you just want to give it a try, it's something fun to do. So I would take this, drop it in my Ziploc bag so it stays fresh for a few days, and voila, you've made yourself some Play-Doh at home. So again, if you want to do different colors, you just repeat that recipe, putting different colors of food coloring into your dough mixture, and that way you have a couple different colors of Play-Doh. But just a fun little craft to try. Again, it's good to do some follow-up work with too, like we do in the classroom with clay. So I hope you try it and have a great day. All right, friends, see you next time. Hi friends, Miss Christie here today, and we are here. What is wrong with me today? Okay.